Hi, welcome back. Long awaited brew day. New place, same greenhouse, or brew shed, brew greenhouse, whatever. As I mentioned before, the garage has just got too much in at the minute. It's quite nice out here. The steam dissipates. Anyway, we digress. The HLT's on. We're up to 75.3 at the minute. We need 75.6 to mash in. The grains are in the mash tun, so we're not far away. So whilst I mash in, then I'll come back to you, give you the recipe, tell you what we're up to. Nearly forgot. Before we mash in, I've been looking at water additions. Down in Devon, our water comes off of Dartmoor. Most of that's granite and mud and crud and stuff like that, I guess. So it doesn't filter through any rocks, really, from what I understand. Very new to all this, though. I approached South West Water, which is our water supplier, and asked them for a water report. Just a ballpark. Lots of companies give them out on their websites. South West Water don't know why. I haven't really got anything from them. I've been badgering them a bit. They just seem crap, to be honest. They're happy to take our money, which is probably one of the highest in the country, but there you go. They don't want to offer us the service, but can't do a lot about that, can I? I don't want to pay out for a water report, really, but maybe at some point I have to. But what I've been reading is that if the water company changes where they're getting the water from, different reservoirs, I suppose, different weather conditions, the water report will change. So it's something I'm getting into. Clive Cutter's Choice, I think he's based up North Devon somewhere. He mentioned in one of his videos, which is really good actually, that he'd done a water report and went into a little bit about this. I've taken some of the figures from that and kind of looked at them, and I weren't quite sure whether we'd have the same water. I think we'd get it from the same place, but he's quite a distance from me in Devon. He's north, I'm south. So I've been looking at it, and I'm thinking, from what I read, if I had a little bit of gypsum, I might be completely wrong here, but we'll find out, won't we? 0.4 grams per litre it's saying for the mash. So, top of my head, 5.6 grams of gypsum. Looks pretty bad doing this out in the greenhouse with everyone watching, but there you go with little scales. No one said anything. So I'm going to pop that in. And we give that a go. Cool, the mash is on. We are aiming for 66 point, bear with me, 66.7. I've got 64.7 at the minute, so I'm just going to run it through the Herms coil just to bring it back up. Bizarrely, as I mashed in, I'd done everything by the book with Beersmith. Beersmith 3 this one is. I measured the temperature of the grains, the mash tun and everything, input that into there, and it told me that I needed to go to, I think it was 73 degrees Celsius to mash in, which I did, and I ended up with about 70, I think it was about 69 degrees Celsius in the mash tun after I mixed everything up, and I was a litre shy. So I got a litre of cold water and poured it in, mixed it all around, and it just dropped it madly down to 64. Probably put too much in, I guess, but anyway, maybe I should have a little bit more faith in the Beersmith. Today we're in October and it's really nice weather. It's a bit cloudy today. Yesterday was really nice, and the last few weeks have been pretty good. Had a week of rain, but mostly it's been sort of 17-18 degrees C. even up to the 20s, which is mad for this time of year. Really nice. So because of that, and a little while ago the Met Office I think said that it was officially an Indian summer, I thought I'd do a pale. So I've called it Indian Summer Golden Ale. I wanted to take a little bit hoppy, and I want to experiment with hops a little bit more, because I'm very new to all this. So what I've decided to do was, from the Bible, I've gone for the Amarillo Golden Ale. I think it's called the Golden Ale, might be the Pale. But anyway, it's the one with a single hop with Amarillo. So for the grist, I put 4.75 kilograms of pale ale malt. I think that was a Simpsons, and 0.24 kilograms or 240 grams of Cara malt. That went in the mash tun. That's all mashed in. Whacked in 5.6 grams of gypsum with that. I need to get into measuring pH as well. I want to get a little bit more technical with this stuff. So we then got an hour's mash at 66.7. What I'm thinking of doing is raising the temperature a little bit towards the end. I think they call it a stepped mash, because it says Sparge was 75.6 degrees. Obviously we want to loosen up them sugars. So if I raise the temperature towards the end, that's going to loosen up the sugars maybe in the last 10 minutes, or maybe do an hour and then do it. Probably do an hour and then do it actually. That should loosen up the sugars for the Sparge. Then we should be sparging. It says with, I put in 14 litres to mash in with. The Sparge, we got no additions from what I understand and what I've read. Then we're going 18.5 litres for the Sparge. So I have to have a look how much that should put in the boil pot, but I'll have a look in a sec. 27 litres that should put in the boil kettle. Once it's in there, we're going to boil it for an hour. We've got our first addition, once it's up to the boil, of 25 grams of Amarillo. Then our next addition is 15 minutes from the end, where we've got 20 grams of Amarillo. Drop in the well flock or Protaflock tablet at the same time. Let it do its 15 minutes. And then I'm going to crack on with the Counterflow Wort Chiller. That's going to be a first for me. Two minds what way I'm going to do it, whether I'm going to run it straight into an FV or back into the boil kettle to cool. I don't know, one day maybe I'll do a bit of an experiment. My thoughts are, if I chuck it straight in the FV and I can get the wort down to a pitching temperature of sort of 19 degrees Celsius straight through the wort chiller, why am I chucking it back in the boil kettle to warm up again? Or, I mean, is that going to be quicker? Or do I whack it back in the boil kettle, wait for the whole lot to cool, then put it in the FV? I don't know which way is the most efficient, because I haven't kind of done the experiment yet. So I'm not sure which way I'm going to do it at the minute. Whatever way I go, I'll record all the temperatures. Then next time I brew, I'll record the temperatures again and do it the opposite way, and then we'll see the temperature and the timings, see which one seems to work best. But whatever I do, once it goes through the wort chiller, I'm going to recirculate it for a couple of minutes without the counterflow on, because you want to clean out the coil, the inside of the copper pipe. I've cleaned it all yesterday, so it's clean, but we want to make it sort of sterile really, or sanitised. We're not really making it, so I suppose we are making it sterile, aren't we? But sanitised, I think is the correct term. So we sanitise that before we start cooling. Make sure there's no bacteria left in there, anything like that, no nasties are going to go in. The other thing I've got to do at some point is flick on the fermentation chamber or fridge, which is in the garage now, which is brilliant. The FEs are in there, they just need a quick rinse out. So see at the other end of the mash. The mash is complete, well, in 40 odd seconds time. What I'm doing now is just going to do, I think they call it a mash out. Just raising the temperature of the mash, just to loosen up the sugars. I've done a very quick gravity reading, and it was 1076. So I'm quite happy with that. Mash temp at the minute is 66.1. It's been sitting around there. I recirculated for a bit and then knocked that off and just let it rest. So we're recirculating slowly now. There's our hour up. So that's our hour up. So I'm just bringing the temperature of the mash up now, and then we're going to sparge at 76 degrees Celsius. So everything seems to be working okay. I think the only thing that I'm going to change at some point is I'm going to get at least one other Inkbird PID. Probably two, one for the boil as well. I programmed this one and it set itself for the HLT, which works quite accurately. I'm really happy with that. But now I've moved the probe over for the mash to take the temperature of that, it's under a lot of the time, and I'm having to set the temperature on the PID higher than what I'm looking for, because it seems to be backing off with the power. But I think that's because it's used to they learn from what I understand, I think it's used to the HLT. So a second one for the mash would be brilliant, I think, and then I can run everything that way. But that's quite a way in the future, I think. This is working good at the minute. So far I'm pleased. So we're just going to bring that temperature up a little bit. It's 67.2 at the minute, so it's not taking too long to bring up. And then we'll get sparging. Just draining the mash tun. I'm putting the water into the boil kettle. Just running it really, really slowly. I put some valves, lever valves, ball valves, on the outfeed of the pump, just to rein it back a little bit. And it's working brilliant. Before, when I tried to do it from the other side, the inlet side, it was making funny sounds. I don't think you're supposed to do that with the pump, but it's okay to kind of throttle it back on the outfeed. So that's what I've done, and it's running brilliant. It's nice and quiet. As I say, we're just running it in really slowly. We've nearly covered the element, so once that's covered, I'll look at putting the boil on. I won't actually. I'll carry on with the HLT because I can only run one kettle at a time. But it's all going good. Just whilst we're here, it's really warm. I know I'm in a greenhouse, but where the greenhouse is, on the back of it, is a passion fruit, and this is October. We're not too far away from November actually. Not sure what the date is, can't remember, but it's still flowering. The first lot of fruit on there has kind of grown, it's ripened and come off. They're a bit empty really, so went some I'd eaten, I've never eaten passion fruit anyway, a bit posh. But it's really warm, even outside the greenhouse. So we'll carry on, and I'll come back to you when we start the boil. 10:41, I will take that. Should be 10:42, or 10:40 we got on there actually. I'm happy with 2 points. Just hit the boil. Just going to wait for that to settle and wait for that hot break just to drop back in. I'm pleased with that one. Right, I'm just setting up the counterflow chiller. So what I'm going to do is run the boiling water through it to sterilise or to sanitise it, then we'll start cooling. Timers have started. We've reached a boil. 25 grams of Amarillo. Looking lovely. Smelling even better. So that's the first hop addition. Got to wait 45 minutes now for the second, which is 20 grams. If I just check. Yep, 20 grams in 45 minutes, so 15 minutes with the 20 grams and a Protofloc tablet. Okay, the boil's complete. I've got the counterflow water chiller is all set up. All I'm doing now is just releasing the air out the cold water side. I found a little leak, so I'm just going to get a spanner to tighten that up. So what I've done is, let's turn the oil off now. What I've done, there's a little leak on the outflow there. That's amazing how hot that's getting so quickly. So I'm just going to release the water through. I've got a valve for the cold feed from the hose, and I really can feel a temperature difference from the bottom to the top. I have a little leak here, but that's on the hose side, so it's not a biggie. It's not shit. That was hot. It's not touching water. The water chiller is running. Let's turn you this way a little bit. That's better. The water chiller's running. I've got cold water from the tap going through the outside, and the water is running on the inside. It's, well, I've dropped, what have I been doing? A minute? 2 minutes maybe, and I've dropped to 84 degrees Celsius. I am recircling it straight into the boil pot this time. I'm going to time how long it takes, measure how much water I'm using doing it. It's going to be a bit of a balancing act, obviously. And then probably next time, because I need another connector, but I've just lashed something up at the minute. Next time, I'll run it straight into the FD. .21.2 at the moment. That is really good. So that I could probably put that straight into the FV. So it's gone down to 20.7. It's obviously a balance between how much cold water we're chucking through to how cold we're going to get it and how cold the groundwater is. But I'm well chuffed at that. I've kind of aborted the experiment. I can't find a spanner at the minute. I know where it is. It's under a load of stuff. It's only a little leak. It's only water. But I've aborted the experiment, seeing how long it takes to cool down the FV, the boil kettle. It got down. Well, it's gone down to 48 degrees Celsius. 15 minutes we've been at now. But I put the temperature probe in the hose coming out of the counterflow, and I seem to have got a nice balance now. I'm down at about 18 degrees Celsius, and the water from the hose isn't running fast through now. I've reined it right back, so we're not wasting so much water. I only use the water for cleaning. So all's going well so far. It's been 15 minutes now. Well, I've got 6 litres in the FV, and like I say, it's down to 18 degrees Celsius, so I'm well chuffed at the minute. So going to leave it there. It's been a good day. I'll let you know how the beer turns out at the end. But if you like what I'm up to and you want to keep up to date with anything, just click up here to subscribe. Over here are some more videos. Down in the description there'll be a link to my Facebook page, so if you want to keep up to date with what's going on. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.